Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, July 4th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is my feels help shift my inner evolution, which supports outer revolution. And blessings to you this Independence Day. We have our second Evolution Revolution Day of Sun in Cancer. And it's interesting. This day usually does fall on Independence Day, 4th of July. And I think it's really, really, really appropriate. Now, Revolution Evolution Days are days where Uranus energy kind of like presides over the day, kind of works us a little bit. Uranus is about liberation. Uranus helps move these energies. It helps us in our personal revolution, evolution. But in order to do that, a lot of times it triggers us. And I would say that many of us here in the United States are feeling really triggered by the state of politics, the state of the government, the state of the world, all of that. And that's where we go back to our energy mantra that our feels are part of what helps us in our personal evolution, which ultimately feeds outer revolution. So here we are. What do we have today? We have some interesting things. I'm actually going to start with what I think is the most interesting thing. So somebody was saying something that, things aren't really feeling really free. Things aren't really feeling very good this Independence Day. And I'd agree, although I believe independence and freedom can be a state of mind. And even in times that feel ick, that we can still embrace that energy and are meant to even more so. That being said, I personally believe that some of what is going on right now is meant to help us all shift into a place of less complacency and a place of more, I don't know what the right words would be. Not trying to start any riots, right? But a place of bigger shifts. We'll just say that. So, coming back around astrologically, I believe that we'll probably get into that closer to the Uranus return of the United States. Uranus is at 8 degrees in the birth chart for the Declaration of Independence. What is that? July 4th, 1776. Uranus, 8 Gemini. Now, what is so interesting is that currently we have Jupiter sitting on 8 Gemini. Thank you, cats, for your revolution over there. So Jupiter likes to make things bigger. So Jupiter is taking part in this longer evolution that is unfurling. It's big right now, right? It's in our face. Who hasn't seen, if you didn't see the debate, you at least saw some of the memes or something about all of this, right? And so Jupiter is making it bigger. It's in our face because the work always starts in here. The work always starts in us shifting ourselves, us rising up in one way or another, and us noticing where we still feed into, we're going to call it the toxicity, where we still feed into the old patterns. I love my cards for today, and I'm just going to show you this one for now. The Fool card in reverse. There will be shift. There will be new paths unfurling. We still have some time. So for now, your work today is noticing where you still feed into those old patterns and where you're being compelled by this revolution, by your feelings to shift within, to help drive these energies in new directions. So powerful energies. We have the moon finishing up in Gemini today, and as its last act, it is connecting to Neptune, but it's also connecting to Chiron today. And we may have, I love Chiron and Aries. Chiron and Aries is helping us heal ourselves. And so we may have some ahas like, oh, I do that. That's a me thing. That's a me issue that I need to shift. So pay attention to where you might be like, I see a little reflection in the ick, and it's okay because we've grown up in this. We were brought up in this. And again, we're part of the shift. And we're more powerful than we realize in shifting ourselves. Moon and Neptune connecting feels very karmic in these energies. It also, the first part of the day really might not necessarily feel like rah rah. Like, even if you want to be like, okay, I'm going to celebrate this independence energy because I'm in the States and I want to celebrate this, you still may not really necessarily feel the rah rah yet, you know? Moon into Cancer in the afternoon may or may not shift that. We're in the dark of the moon. We're deep in the dark of the moon. We have the new moon late tomorrow afternoon, late Friday afternoon. So the dark of the moon is where stuff bubbles up, and Moon in Cancer is going to bubble up the feels. And these feels, like I said, are part of this shift. So, you know, celebration feels a little tepid. And even as the moon moves into Cancer, its first connection is going to be in conjunct with Pluto, which means it's like, I want to vibe happy, but all I feel is, you know? So, yeah, it might be a kind of interesting day. Make the best of it and recognize in those moments that are challenging, there is shift unfurling that helps you and helps us all. So let's look at these cards. I always call this one a queen, even though, what is it, a 7? It's still a queen. We've got the patience card, which is funny because I posted a story today saying I had lost my patience. So I guess I found her. Here she is. Patience and receptivity. And my feeling is just be willing to sit in it. Be willing to feel it. I think that's part of what's created so much of the toxicity in the world is our unwillingness to sit in it and feel what we need to feel and experience and ground it through. I think the second part is where we hold on to what no longer is working. And here we have the Miser card. So notice, what are you holding on to that's not serving the future that you want to unfold in your life? This isn't about the big future out there. What is the future you want? And what are you holding on to? And is it serving? Chances are no. Speaking of what you're holding on to is not serving, we have the Stress card. And the Stress card is like, I'll take this on, I'll take this on, I'll take this on, I'll take this on. And all the mental stories that go with it. And meanwhile, your monkey's like, I'm going to pop your balloon. And popping the balloon may be part of what ultimately creates this new journey for the Fool. But the day overall is like, are you ready to sit and think about it? Are you ready to sit and feel your way through it? Because, you know, if not, it's okay. The universe has its ways of making sure we ultimately at some point sit down and feel our way through it. So, blessings to you this Independence Day. I will be back tomorrow with a scope for the new moon energy. And recognize that if you're having an emotional day and if you're feeling really triggered, tears literally do release stress hormones. It is healing to cry. So don't beat yourself up. Praise yourself, pat yourself on the back that you're willing to do what you need to do to feel better, including feeling bad occasionally. So that's it. The better it gets, the better it gets. Truly, it does. Better it gets. There we go. There's more than enough love in the world for you. There's so much abundance in this world, even when they're trying to convince us otherwise. You have the power. The power has been in you all along, and you don't need ruby red slippers. And my brain is just blanking out. Thank you, Moon in Capricorn. You have the power, and remember who you are. There we are. 4, you are the solution. Namaste.